Good morning, Krista here. Thanks for stopping by Books and Jams, and welcome to another weekend reading vlog. Woohoo! It is Friday morning. A couple minutes ago, I got done doing a 40-minute workout. I pushed myself harder today and did some harder weights and cardio. I used a video from Improved Health, and it was a good one today. It was really good. I've also changed the sheets on my bed, have my second load of laundry about to go in, and have read 82 pages in this book. That's my series book, Rise of the World Eater by Jamie Littler. Third in a trilogy, fantasy middle grade, and I'm really enjoying it. It's been a really long time since I've read the first two books, so I'm glad that the beginning had a bit of a recap here and there. It goes by really fast, and there's a lot of really cute... Oh, I opened right up to one. That's not the cutest, but there's a lot of illustrations throughout. Every other page or so has an illustration on it. Here's our little Ash that we're following. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this, and hopefully we'll finish this or get a good chunk of the way into it over the weekend. I am reading it with my eyeballs though, so that's always a little bit slower. So I do need to choose an audiobook, and today is the day I'm going to start doing the counting. Some of you have been noticing the little blue pieces of tape. I don't even know if I'm going to use them. I think I'm going to make myself a table / spreadsheet because of course I am. But I'm not going to talk about that too much in this vlog because this is about like life and what I'm doing and what I'm reading. That's going to be in a whole separate video. I just wanted to mention that that's what I'm going to be working on today. Tomorrow though, I'm going to be heading up to DC to go to the National Book Festival. I haven't been in probably 6 or 7 years, and I'm very, very excited. I've connected with 2 different people that I'm hopefully going to get to see while there, 2 different subscribers. One of them, Dana, was in North Carolina with that meetup that happened at the beginning of August. And then Maureen is another one that has reached out to me, and so we're going to try to connect as well. I'm excited for that. I'm going to see authors like Liz Moore and hopefully Catherine Applegate and Fiona Davis are the 3 like must-sees for me. Everything else will be kind of bonus. There's so many authors there. It's going to be so much fun. But today I also need to figure out, like, where am I driving to? How am I getting there? What train do I need to take? Like, all of the details of travel to get there, because I do not want to try to find a parking space in the city and pay all that money to park. And then, I don't know, it's just so much easier to take the train in. So I have to figure all that out today as well. So that is the plan. But right now I'm going to get up and have a shower and kind of get ready for the day. We're going to get the day going. I am going to paint my nails today too. Give it a fresh updo for the event tomorrow. Fun. It's going to be a gorgeous day. A great weekend. Let's go. All right. It is now noon and I feel like I haven't done too much more. I've continued working on my laundry. I did not read any more in this one yet, but I did just sit down and make the table that I'm going to use to start counting my books. So that's going to get started pretty soon. I cleaned up the puzzle that I just did last night. I did a whole puzzle. It was just a 500 piece one. And I started a new puzzle while I listened to Coyote Lost and Found, which is also a sequel. So it works for series September. It's part of a duology. So if I read this, I complete another series off my list, and I made it 57% through. So I'm making good progress in this one. Cute story. Because it's a sequel, I'm not going to tell you too much about the plot of it, just that Coyote and her dad, Rodeo, get back in the bus and head on another road trip. And there's reasons for it. It's still related to the loss that they were dealing with in book 1, but both of them have done a little bit of healing and there's still growth to happen. We have some of the same characters, some new characters, and I'm really enjoying just their time on the bus as they travel cross country. I do think this might get a little bit emotional before it's all said and done, but I also am not sure that it's a needed story. So there's that. And it does happen during COVID, which is why they're able to take this road trip, because they had settled down. Coyote was in school and everything. But then when the shutdown happened and schools released for an unknown amount of time, Coyote and her dad are now able to take this road trip. So fun story so far, but I also just don't think that it's a necessary part of the story. I don't know. Enjoying that. But I am going to get up now and switch my laundry. My third load is in the washer, ready to be switched to the dryer. So getting some laundry done, put some dishes away so that I can get ready to wash some dishes today. I haven't yet sat down to figure out anything about tomorrow yet, so I need to work on that as well, but making some progress on a few things. It's a good Friday. Hello, here I am still sitting in my chair. I promise I've gotten up and done things. My third load of laundry is finished. I just haven't put it away. I completed the whole book of Coyote Lost and Found, which I should talk about that. And then I started Ross Poldark, and I'm 3 chapters in. How many pages is this? 67. I'm on page 67. So I read that. Still didn't get back to this at all, but I just printed out the calendar of events for the book festival tomorrow and made my plan. And then I texted both of the girls that I'm hoping to meet up with, and I realized that I'm going to have to leave my house at about 6 o'clock in the morning. Oh, that's going to be so early. My alarm goes off every day at 5:30, but I don't usually leave the house at 6. So I'm going to have to get up even earlier than my normal alarm, which means early to bed tonight for me. But I have my plan. I'm hoping to see Fiona Davis, Liz Moore, who wrote Out of the Woods, John Green, and Christina Henriquez, and Willie Valette. That's the very first one at 9:30. I might miss that depending on what time I'm able to get there and how the trains are running and everything. But, I'm excited. I'm so excited. So yeah, I'm going to go out and probably walk around the block, do my little 1 mile loop that I have in my neighborhood, just because I feel like I've been sitting for a long time and I haven't been outside at all today. I need to take out my trash. So maybe I'll take out my trash and then go for a little walk just to kind of move around. I'll see if there's any pretty flowers to take a picture of. And then later I'm going to try to count some more books and read some more. It's just going to be a nice, chill, at-home Friday in preparation for a busy, long, peoply Saturday. All right. I'll check in with you at the end of the day. So I just got done filming the second part in my Counting My Shelves series. I think I'm going to break up the library room into 2 sections and do that next. But I think altogether it will be a 4-part series, I think. I'm going to take a little break from counting. I do actually have 2 things to haul that I'm going to open up right now and eat some dinner, and then we're going to get back to counting. I want to get this done today because it's such a hassle and I think it's going to get confusing if I don't just do it all at once and get the number at the end of the day. Oof, I'm excited about that. So here we go. Okay, it's 10:15 and I really need to go to bed. I'm so proud of myself for getting that counting the books thing done today. It took me a long time to do, but I got it done. I'm so glad. I also read a whole middle grade book, Coyote Lost and Found, today. Definitely had me crying by the end. In this one, she discovers a box of her mom's ashes that her dad had kind of been hiding from her, and learns that the mom wrote in a book where she wanted the ashes to be scattered, but that book was lost. This book was really lovely. A little bit more found family friendships in here. I don't know that it was really necessary as a sequel, but I do think for kids who are grieving, this is 6 years after losing the mom, and how that still impacts their lives so greatly. And that's realistic because when you lose someone, it doesn't just go away. So I did appreciate that, and it definitely had me tearing up. Cute story. I also read about 140 pages of Ross Poldark today. So I'm about a quarter of the way into that one. Got a lot of reading done today, ultimately. I didn't ever read any more of this after this morning, but I did read about 80 pages of this morning, this middle grade fantasy. So that's a crap ton of reading today, and a 4 video series that's pre-filmed now, just needs to be edited, 3 loads of laundry, put the dishes away, went for a walk, did a 40-minute workout. All in all, it was a wonderful Friday. Now I need to go to bed because it's going to be a very early morning departure time. I need to leave here about 6 to give myself a little bit of time once I get to the train station to figure out how to get my ticket and park my car and get over to where the station is. It's going to be a fun, long, busy day tomorrow. I'm very excited. I also need to make sure my Kindle is charged up because I'll be bringing that with me. I'm very excited. All right. Good night. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Morning. Happy Saturday. It is still dark out. It is 6:11 and I am on the road ready to go to the train station to get into DC. It is very early, but I got up early enough to straighten my hair. So there's that. Let's go. Happy Saturday. I just stopped to get a little breakfast and you can kind of see the sun rise there a little bit this morning. It always looks better in person than on camera, but yay for a beautiful day. Lunch break with Dana. Get into Lismore, Chris Whittaker.
Yes, the
line was
amazing.
The line was really long. We got in line, I don't know, like 35, 40 minutes early, and we were decently in line. I mean, the room is pretty big, so there's still lots of seats, but people were turning the corner and like, the line was so long. But here we go, Chris Whittaker and Lismore.
I have a long family history in the Adirondacks. In the early 1800s, 4 of my ancestors moved to the Adirondacks to start basically subsistence farms. I think with The God of the Woods, it was very important to me not to portray, to accurately portray a group of 12 and 13-year-old girls as having the capacity for viciousness, but also not leaving it there, because in my experience, like, I had such wonderful, funny times with girlfriends at that age.
I knew I didn't want it to be a love story. I wanted it to be about friends, female friendship, mothers, daughters, that kind of thing. And so I thought, okay, who is Charlotte's complete opposite? And that's where Annie came to be.
What can you say about Kwame Alexander that can't be summed up in one word? Overrated.
Jerry Kraft is not that good. He doesn't have an Emmy like I do.
Good morning. Happy Sunday. I am feeling very tired and sore, and I can't wait to talk to you more about the National Book Festival that I went to yesterday. It was so much fun, but I'm going to save that for this afternoon. Right now, I am getting up, getting ready for church. My hair is done. I'm just letting it air dry today because it's a rainy day and I just didn't feel like straightening it. And I'm currently making breakfast. And I thought, you know what? I should share my breakfast with you because this is my current favorite breakfast to make. I didn't start from the beginning because I didn't think about it. But what I have underneath here is leftover pork, a pepper that I needed to use up, and then I have these lavash bread that I put on it. I'm just still waiting for the egg to cook a little bit more, and then we're gonna flip that over, and I kind of make it into a tortilla. I have used tortillas for the top too. So I just have 2 eggs, pork and peppers underneath, and then I'm gonna put some cheese in the middle. So it's like a little tortilla wrap breakfast thing, because this will be on the outside. And it's my favorite breakfast. I'll show you when it's done. This piece of lavash was a little small. So it the egg kind of spills out from it, but it's nice because once it cools down, it's very hot right now. I could just pick it up and have a little breakfast burrito type of thing, and it's delicious. There's nothing that our God can do. It's not a mountain that he can move. Oh, praise the name that makes a way. There's nothing that our God can do. Hello, my friends. It is Sunday afternoon. I haven't even had lunch yet. I had to stay late at church for the monthly thing that we do for newer guests. And I help out with that every month, and I love it. And we had a wonderful couple stay today. They were just really, really nice. And so I enjoyed getting to chat with them very much. But now I'm hungry, and it is the most delightful, very cool, rainy day. I don't think we're even getting hit 70 today. It is just cool, chilly, rainy, drizzly, wonderful day to stay in and read. So that is what I'm going to do. I plan on doing some editing though as well, but I'm going to watch a show during lunch because I'm watching The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt right now, rewatching. I've seen it all through the whole thing before, but I'm just having fun with it, and it's nice and light and silly for lunchtime. So I'm going to do that first. I did this morning, before I even got out of bed, I finished Ross Poldark. I listened to a lot while driving yesterday because I had about 2 hours in the car. And then I listened in the train as well on the way home from the book festival. On the way there, I had met up with another group of girls that were going to the festival. They helped me get my Metro card and all of that. They were super helpful. I'll talk about the book festival later today as well. But I did read the rest of Ross Poldark this morning. And while I enjoyed it, there were so many characters that I just couldn't remember who everybody was. And I don't feel the urge at the moment to read the rest of the series, but I am going to start watching the show. So the show may interest me in reading more of the series, but I think for now I'm calling this one a DNF, this series. I finished the first book. It was fine. Definitely feels very, I don't want to say family saga, but it's just, you're getting the glimpse of this Cornwall. I think they're in Cornwall for this couple year period. It is Ross Poldark's family, his cousins and uncle. He had gone off to fight the Revolutionary War. And when he came back, the girl that he was in love with before he left actually married someone else, or was about to get married to someone else. So he's heartbroken at the beginning, and just over the course of a couple of years, all of the different events following Ross Poldark. But you're following the town and the mine, and someone closed the mine, and then someone else, they're going to open it back up. And so a little bit of the economic situation in the town at this time, but all of different drama with different people. Some of the young people, I don't know, it just was a lot of different characters, and I wasn't always sure what was going on. So I liked it enough. Honestly, it's just a 3-star read for me, but I think I'm going to love the show. So I think I'm going to switch from the book to the show and just stick with that. So far this weekend, I finished 2 books. I don't know if I'm going to read today at all. I just feel like vegging out a little bit. I'm not going to work out today. I'm taking a day off. My feet are tired. I came home last night. My ankles were swollen. Just being on my feet a lot of the day yesterday. And then all morning at church too. I just feel like I'm going to enjoy my day of rest. And so that's what I'm going to do. I probably will get the dishes done, but that might be about it. All right, I will check in a little later and tell you more. I'm going to show you some of the things that I picked up at the National Book Festival and just tell you a little bit more about it and to just have a chill day at home. Hello. I just had a bit of a nap this afternoon. I was watching episodes of Kimmy Schmidt and fell asleep and didn't move out of that chair for quite a while. Now it's 6:15 and I feel groggy headed. But here we are. I just pulled out everything that was in my bag from the National Book Festival. These are the pins that I got while there. And the table is full of stuff. Holy moly. If you get there early enough, they have poster for you, and this is what the poster looks like. I really love it, but I don't know what I'm going to do with the poster, to be honest. I took one. I just love that they're books. I think it's a really pretty design. This was the 25th year of having the National Book Festival, my second time going. Look at all of the authors and events that they have. It's a crazy busy day. I really loved it. I was able to see Liz Moore and Chris Whitaker. Man, that Chris Whitaker is such a storyteller. I loved hearing from him. I could have listened to him talk all day. Fiona Davis, I listened to her talk and that was really lovely. She just seemed so personable and down to earth. Then I went over to some middle grade ones and I saw Catherine Applegate, who I love, and Kwame Alexander and Jerry Craft. And those two had me laughing. They were so funny. Their little friendly banter and kind of rivalry with each other, representative of their new book, J versus K, was just so much fun. It was so much fun. So I was able to see them. Waited in line for John Green, but was way too far back in line. Didn't even get close to getting in to see him. And then I left after that. So those are the 6 altogether. 2 of them were doubled up. But at the beginning of the day, I went to this part called the Roadmap to, what's it called? Roadmap to Reading. And they have a game. So all 50 states, along with some islands and provinces and different things, were there. This is glossy paper, and they had everybody give you stamps, which was not the brightest thing because all of these stamps got smudged. All of them got smudged. It looks like a hot mess, but it was a lot of fun to go to each state. And at each table, they highlighted some books, both an adult book and a children's or middle grade book from an author in their state. And then I picked up all kinds of tchotchkes. So look at my pile of bookmarks. It's like gazillions of bookmarks. Some of my favorites. Let's see. Well, this is the bookmark for the National Book Festival. I think they kept handing these out, so I think I probably have 3 of these in there. Be a friend. You can join the Friends of the Library of Congress. I'm a friend of my local library, so I'm not probably going to do that, but some of the bookmarks highlight specific books that they were talking about, like that. Some of them highlight their Center for the Book, Pennsylvania Center for the Book, Wyoming Center for the Book. Like that's who was represented at each table. I love this. I think this is really cool, like a color. You can color it in. All those scenes mean transform, inspire, learn, connect, and find. That's from the Delaware libraries. Super cool. From Wyoming. West Virginia. It's a magnifying glass. So it's clear. It has a little ruler on the end, and it's a magnifying glass. I thought that was clever. I loved Maryland had books that had won their Black Eyed Susan Book Awards, which are middle grade and children's book awards chosen by kids in Maryland. So I picked those up because it's 2 book lists, which I thought was really cool. Tree Table Book is on there. I just read that. Strange Thing Happened in Cherry Hall is Jasmine Warga. I really want to read that. Olivetti's on there. I always liked the ones that had book lists on them. That's from Illinois. So there's like grade 6 to 8. And then adult. Picked up those ones with the book lists. I could look through those. The next pile I have is stickers. These are all stickers. I think I'm probably going to make a couple pages collage in my reading journal. PBS is there talking about the American Revolution, their new series they've got coming out. Some of them were just like regular stickers, Reader Life, and some were Georgia's Reading is Just Peachy. Some of them have their state on them. I love my local library is from Pennsylvania Center of the Book there. Then I got little postcard type things. One of the things I thought was really cool, this booth, I don't remember where it was for, Tennessee, had a postcard drop and pick up. So you could write a little note or a book recommendation or whatever you wanted on the back of a postcard, put it in the drop, and then pick one from the ones other people had written. So the one I picked up said, "Books are amazing. Pick up one to discover a world of adventures." I thought that that was such a fun idea, interactive. I loved that. One booth had this reading challenge. Massachusetts has their Center for the Book has a reading challenge. She said people participate from all over. So there's just a challenge for each month of the year, which I thought was really cool. Part of me is like, I could use some of these design ideas for creating things like for my channel or for Patreon or for future readathons, etc., because I thought that was really a cool way to put a reading challenge together. State Library of Oregon. Look how cute with a squirrel on a stack of books. That's a sticker though. Libro was handing out free audiobooks, so you know I picked up that, a free audiobook for Libro. And then a bunch of places had just book lists. So this one's Hawaii, a book list from Hawaii. Alaska, great reads from Alaska. They also had some visitor guides. So I got the Wisconsin State Park visitor guide. I also grabbed the Delaware visitor guide. I don't know. I got talking to people and if they offer to give me something, I'm just going to take it. Oh man. Then there was also fun activity books. There's a lot of stuff for kids. So I got this. I was thinking, because in two of the rooms, I was going to stay in the same room back to back. So I'm like, maybe I'll do some of these things. But I picked up a couple like word searches and activity book, but I could just take them and give them to the kiddo, my little girl's older brother, my little dude. Oh, here's the reading challenge for students. So YA and middle grade. Thought that was kind of fun design on that one. More book lists. And this is for all of the different states, the books that they picked for adults. Oh, this one only has adults. This one's back to back. I can throw it out. So this is adults and youth. Of course, I got a handful of pens and pencils. I try not to get too many of those. A honey stick. Couple little sticky notepads and notebooks. One booth was giving away tree cookies. So it's like an actual, like a wood circle, part of a tree. And it has a hole. You can make it into an ornament. And then I did, in the bookstore, go and pick up 3 books while I was there. 2 of them I saw at the tables, and one of them is from one of the authors that I was going to see. So from the States tables, I picked up Dusty Bowling. I think this was Colorado, I want to say. The Beat I Drum. This is her newest. I've read the Insignificant Events in the Life of a Cactus by her, and I have a couple others on my shelves. And so this is one that was on my want to read list. And it's one of the characters in the Cactus books this is like one of the side characters. So it's connected, but not a sequel or anything. Then I did not know about this book, The Long March Home by Marcus Brotherton and Tosca Lee, who I love. I've read a couple Tosca Lee books and really enjoyed them. So this is one of the great books from Nebraska that they chose. And it's going to be a historical fiction, a gripping coming-of-age tale of friendship, sacrifice, and the power of unrelenting hope. So we follow Jimmy, who's in the army. He wants to get out of Mobile, Alabama, with his best friends, Hank and Billy, and to forget his high school sweetheart, Claire. Then they're in the Philippines, which seems like paradise until the morning of December 8th, Pearl Harbor. News comes from Manila. Imperial Japan has bombed Pearl Harbor. Within hours, the teenage friends are plunged into war as enemy warplanes attack Luzon, beginning a battle for the control of the Pacific Theater that will culminate with a last stand on the Bataan Peninsula and end with the largest surrender of American troops in history. What follows will become known as one of the worst atrocities in modern warfare, the Bataan Death March. With no hope of rescue, the 3 friends vow to make it home together, but the ordeal is only the beginning of their nearly 4-year fight to survive. Holy moly. That sounds so good. I'm one who doesn't mind a World War II book, and I like that this is a different part of World War II. We're not in Germany. We're not in death camps. We are in the Philippines and in the Pacific. So I'm excited for that one. Oof, I couldn't resist that. And then, of course, I had to get Catherine Applegate's newest book, Pocket Bear. This is told from the perspective of a cat. In World War I, sending soldiers to war with a little pocket bear was kind of a thing that people did. And so it's like a 3-inch little bear that's eyes were up a little farther on its head so that soldiers could put the bear in their pocket. And when they would look down, they could remember their loved ones right near their heart. And so this is about a bear who gets taken by a klepto cat, and the mom and daughter who find the toys that their cat collects, and they kind of fix them up and then try to give them away or resell them or whatever. And so Pocket Bear we're going to follow. There's also just lovely illustrations in here, and I love Catherine Applegate, so I was happy to pay full price for that one. And I think that's about it. Oh my word, so many things. Oh, one more thing I did stop at was so cool. I stopped at this table. It was for American Action Fund for Blind Children and Adults. These ladies were so nice, and nobody was at their table. And so I stopped and chatted with them for quite a while. And they were just talking to me about Braille books and some of the resources that they have. They typed my name. You're not gonna be able to see it. It's Braille, but I don't know if you could. Oh yeah, there you go. They typed my name in Braille for me. So that says Krista. I have a Braille alphabet and brain teasers and just information about their organization, and a calendar, a beautiful like artist floral impressionist calendar, which will be nice to have. They were just really lovely, and I thought that would be a good resource to link in the comments in the description down below. It was just so much fun. Oh my word, to be surrounded by thousands of bookish people was just really cool. There was one group of volunteers that had Ask Me signs that were helping direct people where to go, how to get to where they needed to go for their next sessions. And so I just kept asking those Ask Me people, what book are you reading? What book are you reading? Because I knew where I was going. Once I figured all that out, I didn't need to ask for directions. So I just was like, let me ask them something different. They're getting a lot of the same kinds of questions today. I had a lot of fun conversations with people, which was very cool since I had gone by myself. And I got to meet up with Dana, who I spent a bit of time with during the day. Really enjoyed having some chats with her. I met her on the North Carolina meetup. And then I also met Maureen and Marianne. And it was just really, really lovely day. It was a really lovely day. Tiring, and my feet hurt today. But it was so good. So I hope you enjoy hearing about it and seeing some of the tchotchkes I got. And I'm now going to get up and move my body a little bit, put some of these things away, and figure out what I'm going to have for dinner. I'm not hungry yet. I might wait a little bit longer for dinner, but I haven't been reading or doing anything today, just resting, and I needed it. So I'm glad that that's how my day ended up going. Oh, golly. What a fun weekend. All right. It is 11:15. I did not plan on staying up so late, but I did start another book tonight. I started The Emma Project by Sonali Dev, and I am over halfway. I'm not sure exactly, but I'm on page 212 of this one, and it's retelling of Emma, sort of gender swapped. So the guy is like the Emma character, and the girl is like the Mr. Knightley character, a bit older, wiser, kind of putting him in his place all the time. This series is Indian American, and each of the siblings have their own book, and each book kind of is loosely based on a Jane Austen novel. So I'm enjoying it. It is, there's already been a steamy scene that I had to kind of skim through, but, and I think there will probably be one more before it's all said and done, but I'm enjoying this series, and it's getting another series caught up by finishing this one. So this weekend has been busy, and yet I did a ton of reading. So on Friday, I read the whole thing of Coyote Lost and Found. I've already talked about this quite a bit. Really enjoyed it at the end when all is said and done. And then yesterday and today, and a little bit on Friday, I read Ross Poldark, which is the start of a series, but I'm not going to continue the rest of the series. Talked about this earlier today. Friday morning, I read about 80 pages in Rise of the World Eater by Jamie Littler. And I do need to make progress on this. It's due back at the library in the next couple of days. So I need to make some good progress on that. But it goes really quickly when I'm reading because of all the pictures. A lot of fun. And that will finish that series. And then I think this will get me caught up or completed in this series too. There might be one other that I haven't read yet. I'm not sure. But all in all, very busy and very fun weekend. Just the way that I like it. A little mix of relaxation today with getting some stuff done around the house on Friday with an activity out of the house yesterday. So yeah, all in all, very good weekend. I hope you enjoyed watching in this vlog. I really appreciate you for being here and hanging out with me for a few minutes. Thank you so much for watching. And let's chat down in the comments below. And if you've made it this far but don't really have anything to add in the comments, is there a school bus emoji or a cat and a dog? Because there's a cat and a dog on this cover as well. Put those emojis in the comments just to let me know that you were here. I really appreciate you for being here. And I said that already, so I'm gonna go now. I'm very tired. Bye.